YouTube, what's going on? If you're new here, my name's Roger. I own a company called QVO Tactical where we make holsters and gear and also film content for this channel. Today we are bringing you a video on a super compact setup that you might want to look at for off-body carry. I'm talking about the C5-PDW from New Frontier Armory. Last year, New Frontier Armory had a big 10-year anniversary event. With them being a local company, I went down to check it out and I ended up purchasing a C5-PDW. They were running a sale at the time which allowed me to pick this gun up for roughly about $600. Currently, they are priced around $840 and they are in stock on their website. I was immediately intrigued by the design as their AR-15 style lower receiver is made to accept MP5 magazines. It also comes with a non-reciprocating forward charging handle. It has a barrel length of 5 inches and comes with a rear plate made to accept 1913 rail attachments. This made me think folding stock, which then made me think SBR, which led me to think MP5 style backpack gun. So I immediately e-filed with the ATF to manufacture this into an SBR and I started adding some stuff onto it. My goal was to get this to fit into my daily carry bag, which is the Verdix EDC Transit Sling. This is one of their most compact offerings. With that being said, I also reached out to Reptilia Corp to get their CQG grip as it's extremely compact and ergonomically fitting. You guys also might remember that a while back I went and met with the KCI USA team here in town. They were kind enough to provide 20 and 30 round MP5 magazines that they are producing for this video. In addition to that, they gave us a bunch of 9mm ammunition to shoot as well. I also wanted to have this have some more MP5 aesthetic to it, so I reached out to A3 Tactical as they manufacture an M-LOK compatible MP5 vertical foregrip. What's even better is that the grip is aluminum. Big shout out to Reptilia Corp, A3 Tactical, and KCI for helping us make this video possible, and congrats to New Frontier Armory on their 10-year anniversary of their business. I also purchased a Radian 45-degree selector in red and a SIG MCX stock to finish this build off for my buddies over at Ventura Munitions. Now, as you just saw from the intro footage, this setup does in fact fit inside the Verdix Transit Sling. It's a snug fit, but it does fit, and after a little bit of practice, you can get it out smoothly.
That's what she said.
Now, before you go straight to the comments with,
"Bro, that draw's too slow,"
or
"That's ridiculous to carry that setup with you,"
I want to say this. I am not saying that this should replace your EDC concealment gun or that it should be the only gun you carry. I'm more thinking as a backpack gun, a trunk gun, or used for plainclothes work if you're in a profession that calls for that. I will also say this. If I came home to my front door kicked open, I would much rather make entry into my house with this setup instead of just my handgun. Just saying.
Good point.
Okay, so for this video, John, Chris, and Eric all came out with me to the middle of nowhere to shoot. Like always, I wanted other people to run the gun and equipment so that everyone can see how the platform works among various shooters. This was everyone's first time running this setup from the Verdix Transit Sling, and as you can see, after a few reps, everyone was able to do it, even our lefty Eric. One thing I thought would aid in quick target acquisition would be adding some type of laser device to the platform so that you could shoot from the hip if needed when deploying the rifle from the bag. For this, I went with the Balder Pro weapon light with the green laser from Olight. They had a recent sale going on, so I picked the light up for about $80 on their website. The controls are easy to use whether you are right-handed or left-handed, and the placement of these switches works nicely with the A3 vertical grip. It intuitively places your thumb in the right place for activation. The Balder Pro has 1350 lumens with a 5 milliwatt green laser, so it does well for both daylight and low light applications. It also uses a quick detach lever, making it easy to attach or move to your preferred rail placement. Now, I figured some people might be skeptical about hip fire with a laser and think that it's only a method or a tactic used in video games or the movies, so I filmed this portion of the video showing how accurate it really is. I zeroed the laser at 7 yards and zeroed our Holosun HS510C optic at 25 yards. I figured if I'm aiming with the laser, it's most likely in the folded position at close distance, and if using the optic, I would likely be clearing a structure or shooting within a close proximity. My advice and opinion would be to zero for whatever your daily environment dictates. So one thing to note about the C5-PDW, it does not use a traditional MP5 style paddle magazine release. It actually uses a traditional AR-15 magazine release. Me being extremely familiar with the AR-15 platform, I found this very easy and very intuitive to use. We were utilizing magazines from KCI, both their 20 and 30 round magazines. I want to say that we had no issues with them whatsoever. They ran flawlessly. A huge thank you and shout out again to KCI for providing the magazines and also the ammunition. I reloaded from a Lunar Concepts Velcro backed magazine carrier that Velcros inside of my Vertix bag. When putting the C5-PDW into the Vertix bag, I utilized the 20 round magazines. That way it will fit. With the 30 round, they are too long. It will not fit in the pocket made for your firearm. However, I do use the 30 rounders as my spare magazines, as there is more ammunition and I can fit them in a different pocket. For those who want to run the C5 in a more traditional sling setup, New Frontier has you covered. The C5-PDW comes with 2 integrated QD points at both the front and rear ends of the gun. We figured with this being a compact PDW, we would go with a single point sling. I was running the new single point sling in gray from Lunar Concepts and Wiseman Company. As you know, these guys are good friends of the channel and they are making awesome stuff. To me, the single point just suits the overall design better and keeps everything small. Even when running transition drills, the sling holds the rifle nice and tight to the body, preventing snagging issues and making it easy to reacquire the rifle. So guys, overall, I think this platform is really cool and unique. I was stoked to see something new on the market in the AR realm, new for me anyways. However, we did have a few issues while on the range. We ran about 400 rounds through the gun collectively, and as we got towards the end of our range session, we started noticing that the rail would slide forward away from the upper receiver. We also noticed that the rear 1913 rail adapter would also start to wiggle loose. This started causing the gun to have major malfunctions. I had tools with me, so I retightened everything. However, both parts still started coming loose as we shot more rounds. This caused the rod portion of the forward charging handle to not engage fully with the bolt, making us have catastrophic malfunctions requiring the gun to be taken apart. Every time we would fix the problem, it would start to come loose again, causing malfunction after malfunction. This did become a frustrating experience to say the least. Now before you turn away from this platform, I will say this. The gun was running flawlessly for the first 375 to 390 rounds. This was only happening in the last 10 rounds towards the end of our range session when we noticed it. So this might be something that can be fixed with some Loctite or by visiting New Frontier and having them take a look at it. Either way, I'm sure we're going to be able to get it up and running to the point where it runs as intended. I have plans for a couple more builds using more of their C5 lowers, as I am really liking the AR/MP5 mixed look. What do you guys think about this look? Well, let me know down below in the comments. Well guys, that is it for our review on the C5-PDW from New Frontier Armory. I hope you all enjoyed the video. If you plan on building one of these setups, I want to leave you with this. If I could go back and do all of this over, I would probably leave this as a pistol instead of filing to make it an SBR. I would simply run the SB Tactical FS1913 brace and some type of hand stop instead. You can get the same function and feel without having to pay for a tax stamp and a $200 stock from SIG. That would save you $400 right there off the bat. I really wanted the look of the A3 Tactical vertical foregrip, so that's why I went the SBR route. In my opinion, these are some things to consider when you're setting up your own C5-PDW. Guys, if you like what you saw, please give us a thumbs up down below. If you are new to the channel, please consider subscribing as we post new videos every week. If you want to support our content, please check out our Patreon link down below. Members of our Patreon squad get first access to content, new gear, discounts, and giveaways. It's because of them that we can continue to create these videos for you all. Thanks again for watching, and as always, I will see you in the next one. forgot what I was gonna do. You gotta move, Jen.